Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to 2 Point Museum, where today our museums are thriving, but in order to step up to the next curator class and get back to our business, we're going to have to play a little mini game here. So all we have to do is receive bronze in the County Archives pop-up exhibition. And this is just a little thing to sort of educate you about the criminals from the sort of more organized gangs that have unusual methods of doing their business. As I remember it, this is not very long. This is also pretty much where I got to before.
Welcome back to 2 Point Radio. You're listening to Digging Deeper with Hayley Von Trowell. The Department of Culture opens their archives today in a fresh pop-up exhibition. The county is displaying rare artifacts usually kept under lock and key. See them now while it lasts and before the exhibits are stolen for good.
Okay, somebody does not have a lot of faith in us. So we're going to be moving on to new stuff I've not seen yet before, pretty soon here. Alright, here at the county's archives, the Department of Culture want to raise funds for an exhibition. Attempts have failed in the past, with criminals stealing the donations as well as the exhibits. Also the word as, stolen. So manage museum security, raise as much money as possible without running any expeditions. Okay, so we just gotta make a bunch of money off of donations, basically. And obviously getting stuff stolen is bad. We have 175 days. Alright, listen up. I used to do security for these exhibitions, and I failed time and time again. Donations gone, exhibits gone, so do as I say and not as I do. Hire security guards to catch criminals and collect your donations. Place security chairs and security cameras around the museum to deter crime and protect the exhibits. Remember, cameras need a Okay, that's fine. I wasn't reading that. That was not me, by the way. I definitely did not click there. So yeah, security cameras will need a security room. They've done a nice job of digging out these security spaces for us, which I really appreciate. And we've got a mostly functional museum here. All we have to do is make sure that stuff doesn't get completely stolen. They've got a very well-appointed gift shop. Spacious, very pretty. Oh, I like this. I like this separated library area. That's a nice look. So the majority of our exhibits are in this sort of central plant area, and then we have a big prehistoric room up here and a lot of frozen stuff over there. It is a lot. It is a lot of exhibits. Okay, well, what do we have as far as we're currently at 0 security guards. Let's build a camera room, obviously. Pretty expensive, those camera rooms. I mean, there's not really a good reason for it to be any larger than it absolutely has to be, right? Because we know these are not complicated facilities. They do not require a ton of equipment. It's right near the bathroom. Put some food in there so that the person doesn't necessarily have to leave as often. There we go. We could even jam in a second security desk. My understanding is that anybody watching camera is watching all of the cameras, or at least all of the cameras that reach that room. When we put down security cameras, it is worth noting. I think there's a maximum distance that can be from your room, but you really have to you can see here. This one is gray. It's blue up here, so it's pretty generous. It's pretty generous with the distance. All right, where can we place security cameras? So anyway, my point was I don't think they're limited by number. So the only point of placing a second desk would be having 2 people watching the cameras, so that when one of them leaves to go to the bathroom, you don't have downtime. But I don't think that seems very useful. Okay, right here, this place is set up in such a way that it's actually very difficult to watch like everything in a room, in any of the rooms, really. So if I do something like this, we can see a few of these exhibits and also the donation bin. I think that's probably okay. Then over here, what we really need are just like cameras that have a longer view cone. Some kind of upgraded camera. Okay, the view cone here does cover the donation bin. A camera on this wall gets us the donation bin, a couple of exhibits. I don't think that's terrible. And then that's what we can afford until we start getting exhibits in. So I probably should have hired... You know what, listen, if we got to retry it, we'll retry it. We'll retry it. But I probably should have started by hiring a security guard to make sure to have the money. What's the... Okay, recruitment fees are pretty low. We just gotta wait for like some exhibits to, or some donations to come in. Criminals don't start showing up from day one, I don't think. I hope not. Come on, y'all. Sales, sweet, sweet sales. Okay. So we'll just try to keep an eye on everything at once. We have the ultimate camera. Okay, so that's enough there to at least do a hire, right? I would love to bring on... Ugh, slow movement speed's a real bummer. Like, I want to bring somebody who can work the cameras, obviously, but having somebody up who can just do the thing is probably more important. Somebody who will run fast and we can grab them and manually drop them on a criminal if we see crime occur.
Hi, I'm Haley Von Trowell.
Monthly profit $530.
The show that covers
Killing
all
it.
things
Absolutely killing it. Okay, new applicants coming in. Mervyn Catborn donates litter to the floor, but you know what? We'll work those cameras.
We kick things off with a listener's question from Rosa
Now,
Skivers,
hopefully,
who asks,
there we go. Donations
who
are getting
would
collected
win in
and
a
stuff.
triathlon, a tortoise or a sloth? Joining me now to answer your question is Professor Hamish Curlybags from Pebbly Frogs.
Hamish Curlybags. Okay. Yeah, our staff wages are harsh at the moment. What's it cost to put up one of those seats? A security chair is only $200. And it lets a guard monitor a large area. Like this isn't too bad. We could put a security chair over here and watch. I kind of feel like we can watch this whole thing as it is. I guess like that's not literally true, right? We can see from the security guards' cone of vision that actually the guards see very, very little naturally. They almost can't see anything at all. See, the way this has been built, it does look kind of nice. But so much of this decoration is so spread out. Like this tree is just decoration. These are all just flowers. Like I can only actually see 2 exhibits here and also 2 donation bins. But, you know, like the way I tend to place things, we certainly would have better vision over them. I'm not 100% sure if you can dynamically rearrange everything here. I'm going to try not to first.
I'd have to give the edge to the sloth.
We'll see.
Oh, interesting. Any particular reason?
Well, tortoises can't swim, Haley.
And there you have it. In a race to run.
Now, we
swim,
really have
and
not
cycle.
pulled in a lot of donations so far. It does make me a bit nervous. Okay, robust, nice smelling face. I guess nice smelling face is like slightly relevant to your job here.
Sloth edges it by a drowning.
So we're not really seeing... Oh, here we go. There's a new crime guild in the area casing the museum. The Golden Molars enter through holes in the ground, Once they've stole, the mole will head back to their hole. So they literally will just dig up through the ground somewhere in your museum and run over and grab something. And so obviously that makes choke point security very tricky. Hey, look, it's a thief. The thing I did poured water on them. So thieves can disguise themselves is the reason that button exists. I kind of thought it would also call a security guard over. I guess not, but you know what? Can we get a security guard who's got like fast feet? Nimble, face is good. All right, Jeffrey, congratulations. Capture this criminal.
Attention. Thieves have been prevented from escaping. Phew.
There's another one. They really are, okay. They really are moles. I did not remember that. I thought you know, sometimes you think it's got to be just a name. Surely it's just a name. I'm just like looking around for a loose security guard. Where are all of I employ so many of you. Where did everybody go? Yeah, presumably somebody's in the camera room. Okay, hold on. You're in criminal pursuit right now? Oh, you're walking a criminal out. Okay. Spencer Pleb is in the security chair, theoretically looking directly at this guy, but I see no reason not to just put him on there ourselves, right? So I didn't even catch that criminal, the other criminal who was theoretically going to probably steal donations, being a more normal sort. Some of them go for the exhibits. An exhibit runoff is harder. Just emptying a donation bin is a little bit more straightforward. Yeah, see, so like this room right here is an absolute goddamn nightmare. There's so much stuff in here. There's somebody a security chair like right there. I guess they could watch it all. Watch it all. Plus 300 detection skill. Tunnel vision is probably not great. Okay. How many of these folks are we supposed to have? It's a great question. I have no idea. And I certainly don't want to, like, overrun our income. But for right now, we seem to be doing pretty okay. I'm just, like, visually checking for more trouble. Sit in the security chair for a minute.
Please excuse the exhibit that requires...
It's hard to keep an eye on everything. There's a lot of museum here. And like I say, the security guards did already catch one that I missed. One of our toilets is busted. Oh, there's a new crime guild in the area. Case in the museum. The Boggy Men make their signature entrance through the toilet. Have they no shame? So yeah, this is a tricky one because the Boggy Men show up in disguise as a normal guest. But what the deal is they'll just walk out of a toilet, and the way to catch them is to be paying enough attention to notice that a toilet goes into use without anyone having stepped inside. Which might be the case here. William Pilchard. Feels like the ticket price is bad, huh? You made it all the way over here without gaining any buzz? Reveal. So then I'll pour stuff on their head, and then it turns out, nope. I revealed nothing. That guy was not guilty. That was an innocent man, and I've ruined his thing, and now he's gonna be very upset with me. Hello. Hello, friend. Guess what? Came in through this one in the corner. It's a lot. It's a lot to watch all at once. Let's add another camera because there is this like very difficult to watch area over here. It's tough though because right, it's not like it feels like such a waste. There's not much to watch, but there's a donation bin and a thing I'll have trouble keeping my own eye on, and I guess that's pretty important. I can help somewhat. I'm definitely not able to keep much of an eye on
Thank you.
the bog. I'm watching this person because they came out and I didn't
Welcome back to the show.
actually see somebody else go in, but that doesn't mean that they're not. Okay. Golden molars are back. Okay, so we get a certain amount of time that each gang is watching over our stuff. Okay, we exposed 2 thieves and captured 3, because some of them don't show up in disguise, so that makes it a lot easier. There is an area over here that has a fair amount of stuff. Does a single camera catch... Hi. Well, that was good luck. The answer is no. A single camera doesn't really catch all this stuff. By the way, you... Maybe do something about that. But the important thing is it catches some of it, and so we'll go ahead and use it. And we're doing all right on our donations, I think. Like, obviously, time's a
According to
little...
Professor Morris Pumpkinhandle, we very well may
Time is
be.
slipping on and
In
on.
his yet-to-be
Security
peer-reviewed
guards catching
thesis,
people by themselves. Pretty good. Did have a month there where we went negative. Highly problematic. Staff wages. You know, it's
we're living in
a lot. I've hired a lot of security guards, but they're doing their thing.
Beat-em-up flight simulator.
Yeah, and see, sometimes the security guards will call out to me, I guess, and let me know that they see somebody who's not engaged in... Wow, okay, everyone's engaged in criminal pursuit. Well, then we're going to have to pull... Yeah, we're just going to have to pull Mervyn for a second here. Sorry, there's just too many damn thieves in the museum simultaneously.
Such as the existence of violence and the ability for planes to fly as proof.
That's actually really tough. Like, if you need to have...
Can you imagine?
If you need to have 6 museum... If you need to have at least 6 security guards on staff
Wait,
to catch people just due to raw volume,
Guests found soiling the
that's
floor.
tough. Especially considering, like, how tight the cash situation is. Well, this exhibit was stolen by thieves while we were preventing thieves from stealing that exhibit. That's incredible. So unfortunately, this does nothing for us now. Use museum security to try and prevent theft. So, can I just sell it now that it's... I mean, it's not generating any buzz now. I don't know if you can get them back. I'm going to sell the exhibit, produce a little bit of a windfall here. We're going to use that to, I suppose, hire another security guard at the very least. At the very least, one more, one more camera guard. And then, like, are there any other... We don't have great coverage. There's a mole hole over here, but we don't see the mole man. A security chair would let us... Yeah, man, a security chair here doesn't even give you that much vision as far as, like, the actual stuff you want to take care of goes. Right here, we're able to see 3 exhibits and a... Yeah, if I nudge this, like, this way a little bit, you can kind of get 4 exhibits, or maybe it's more like this. That kind of lets you see a pretty decent area. Got cameras. There's a lot of litter. It's not my problem. Just noticing there seems to be kind of a lot of litter. But yeah, like, this is a thing you have to think about, I think, a little bit when you're actually placing your exhibits. And the game has not done a good job of that, in my opinion. Sabrina Shaker would love to be... Dwight. Please take care of that man. Yeah, it really is difficult for us to keep an eye on it ourselves. At the level of zoom I'm trying to play out there, just like a full Overwatch, it's very, very challenging to notice the little dudes. Alright, we got boggy men incoming. So I'm definitely paying more attention to the toilets. Godfrey Hunt came out with some buzz values and stuff.
On the floor, and yet
Nope. Okay, I'm bad at that. Maybe I should just let my security guards do it. Oh, except for, you know, except for when I actually see them myself. Hey, there's like help. All right, pursuit. Mervin. What are you doing? He was running for that guy. Nope, that's Sabrina Shaker, who's pursuing somebody else. Okay, that one is already being pursued. See, my security guards are more on top of it than I ever would have expected. Only 25 days left, but I feel like we're doing all right here. People are getting walked out. Yeah, it's a little difficult to watch all the toilets. Unfortunately, the boggy men are really tough.
thousands of years old.
Oh, somebody stole an entire fucking dinosaur statue.
Yourself
Nope.
to the
Okay,
museum.
he was just dealt with. So, like, selling some of the exhibits, I guess it's kind of an idea. Maybe you could sell some of them to make yourself less vulnerable, and then use that money to push for extra security devices and stuff early on. But it's important to remember that you do need to, like, you do need to be pulling maximum donations throughout. Hi. So you do want to make sure you are careful about something like that. See, I wish if they were being pursued, I wish I could get like an indication here. So you're pursuing a golden molar. Doesn't really say who. And that sucks. Because I can't know if it's this person, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure somebody's on this. Nope, it looks like that one was, in fact, uncaught. Okay, so we got a bronze.
Being tired? That old mattress bringing you down.
Unlocked the security camera post, which seems like an awfully useful thing.
Then you need
We got bronze, and we were kind of close to silver. That's a little wild, because, like, how do you, with very little that you can do aside from hire security guards to prevent losses, how are you going to drive donations up another 50% beyond that? That seems wild for the gold. The thing is, I don't super care, and we got our curator class boost, so let's just go ahead and take it. We now need to receive a 1-star rating in the Bungle Wasteland and Pebberley Heights museums, and receive bronze in the Remote Rock pop-up exhibition. Run a hit exhibition by attracting guests and hyping up its collection. You know, we'll let's go ahead and take this on now, so we don't have to worry about it later, right? We just did a pop-up. Let's get this out of the way so we can focus on museum curation in the future. Doesn't that feel like a winner?
Critically acknowledged artist Zara Fitzpocket opens the doors to her new pop-up exhibition today. The far-flung location would presumably cause quite the stir if people knew it was happening. For now, the limited chatter is resigned to directions and whether or not they're worth following.
How would you even get here? I guess it's got to have a chopper, right?
Botany exhibits should
Okay, so
into meaningful
2-point
sounds.
artist Zara Fitzpocket is used to opening art shows all over the county to packed crowds. But this new exhibition on a rock in the desert is going to be a stretch. How big is this county? Show that with the right marketing, no location is too remote for a hit museum. This exhibition will score total guest buzz. Okay. So try to get to 80,000. We only have to get bronze to move on. This is one where like I might care a little bit more. I do think that the other one is just kind of boring, honestly. Just watch the criminals. So we might try to gather things together here and make this layout make a little bit more sense. So this is going to teach us about marketing campaigns and marketing offices. Where is the marketing office? We haven't been given the ability to do that yet. Probably after I unpause, here we go. I'm Zara, and welcome to Remote Rock. Isn't it striking? Isn't it funny? Isn't it a wonderfully strange location? I mean, I guess so. It's on a big rock. Unfortunately, I forgot to send out the invitations to the exhibition. Again. Making the location strange, but not so wonderful. Build a marketing office and start getting the word out. The exhibition will be running for a year, and I can't have a failure on my hands. Not again. Okay. Am I now allowed to build the marketing office? Actually, no. That's weird. Okay, well, presumably...
Some prehistoric
Okay.
artifacts exist.
Why would they not just make it available immediately? Okay, so our marketing office, we got lots of space in here. I guess let's just run it right here. So it only needs to be 2x2. That feels like not a lot of space for anyone to work in, frankly. Okay, so we got a drawing board. We got a, whatever this is, a marketing desk for captains of industry and barons of business. All right. Use marketing to attract guests to the museum or boost their buzz. Campaigns have a range of effects, but I'll leave the decisions up to you. You'll need to employ qualified assistants to run marketing campaigns. As thanks for leading the exhibition, you'll receive a perk for each bonus objective you complete. The guests will be here soon, so hurry. Okay. In a marketing office, assistants can run powerful marketing campaigns to boost different facets of the museum. Guest marketing campaigns allow you to attract more guests to the museum, as well as target guests with particular interests. Run campaigns for exhibits, themes, or subcategories to create additional buzz around the museum. Yeah, I think we can probably do that. So, when we click in here, you can see there's a button for this. We can target particular types of visitors to improve their arrival rate, which is... So it improves the overall arrival rate of guests and increases the chance that each guest will be of that type. We can also run campaigns targeting particular themes of exhibits to add 30% buzz to exhibits in the supernatural theme. See, it says up to. I don't know what it scales on. My guess is quality, probably. Like only pristine stuff gets the full 30%. And an increased chance of guests arriving who want that thing. And we can run campaigns about specific exhibits, which will allow us to double the buzz from those exhibits particularly. So if you have a lot of something, come check out our collection of left footprints. So let's take a quick look around here. What do we have? What makes sense? We have a bunch of Ghost Duster 1.0s. Just kind of like a general supernatural vibe. We get a couple of toilets. Are these all cursed objects? They are. No, sorry, ghost dusting equipment, and that's a ghost net. Obviously the seance machine we know. Here's some more ghost dusting stuff and some more cursed objects. These are not really themed very well. It's also, of course, worth remembering that tours, I think, do affect buzz. This whole thing is a mess. We're gonna have to fix this. Okay, so let's try to separate these at the very least into dusting equipment and cursed objects. It looks to me like we have more cursed objects. So why don't we take all the dusting equipment up here into this room. Nope, get up, you. These things are decoration items, technically. They do contribute, I think, a little bit to decoration level. So what do you want? You want to be near a catacomb wall. You want to be near a candle. Let's probably back you out from the wall a little bit. Okay. And then this is also ghost dusting equipment. You place this like here. probably don't need both of these info displays. Obviously, donations are nice, but we're not trying to primarily make money right now. Okay, this is all cursed stuff. Yeah, and then we have hemogobbler plants. So a whole bunch of hemogobbler plants. And some other man-eating. Okay, this is just a tropical plant. These are man-eating. These Chomper Juniors are adorable, adorably man-eating. Okay, so we probably want to redesign that a little bit. We got a little, like a bunch of fossil stuff that's just kind of been thrown away in disused rooms. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. I might want to use this corner. Try to group our stuff together a little bit better so that we know we're getting maximum value out of our what do you call it? Our maximum value out of our decorations, affecting as many things as we can. Creepy, creepy, creepy dolls. Here's a toilet. I mean, I can certainly just put down like a corner here. We could set off a little room the way we have it in our actual supernatural museum, you know? But we could just make a supernatural corner over here. Bring over... I guess I don't need to do this. I was going to bring one over and put it about here, but we have one in the area already. Okay. That, I think, ought to be enough. And then we got the seance machine right nearby. Just adjust this to give people a little bit more of a path into the place. We definitely have more of these than we need. But who knows? Maybe I'll come through here and do something. Okay, so what kind of things are we looking for? We need candle, catacomb wall. Okay, so it turns out that's it. We just need candles and catacomb walls. That's easy enough. The catacomb walls here can be like... I guess we start in the corner. We'll just run it out behind everything on both sides. Not for the sake of maxing out decoration, but just that it looks uniform. This way, yeah, it looks uniform. Looks like we did it that way on purpose. Probably a pretty good idea. And then like a candle here and a candle there gives us some nice vibes. And I think that should be everybody's buzz. Yeah, everybody's maxed out now. Fantastic. You're almost feeling maxed out as well. We can throw up in this corner like a little one of these little supernatural banner. And then I guess I'm not going to get rid of these. Just throw them all in the corner. But like we really don't need more than the one, right? Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, like I said, we'll just toss these in the corner over here, and that can be that. There's a bathroom right there. This leaves a big open space, which maybe does not look the best, but we can use this room for our fossil exhibit too, I guess. Yeah, and then we can repurpose at least one of these. So let's go ahead and do that. Set ourselves up a nice little okay, so this is the side that the doors are on. We don't want to block the doors. So maybe we make a little maybe it's like a walkthrough exhibit, right? We have stuff running up here, and then you walk through the fossil door into the prehistory flora area. Maybe that works. Maybe that makes some kind of sense. These can just go right next to each other. Look at the size of this thing. I guess it probably, to me, it makes a little bit more sense for them to be like this. Maybe the thing is just, in 5th position or something, as opposed to the toes looking directly at each other, which is, I suppose, just very extreme case of pigeon toe. This doesn't need to be a guest hallway, but I suppose some guests are probably going to try to use it, so we probably don't want to completely block it off with stuff. And we're not worried about knowledge here, so we can kind of we can just display all of our extras. If we were at all concerned about knowledge, I would say that it might behoove us to try to grind some of this extra stuff up, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And then there's another fossil here. Yeah, the thing is, I don't really want to, like... We got to keep things close enough together that they can share decorations, right? But I also don't want to feel like I'm blocking off. I want the audience to have a flow through to this thing, which is like a little awkward right now. It's fine. It's fine. They have places to sit, which is cool. They will stick around and make more buzz by visiting more things if they're more comfortable. So we do need to make sure that we are like giving them places to eat and sit. But for the moment, I think that's mostly pretty good. We can move these machines up here, I suppose. This might make things a little bit easier. And then, obviously, we can't just... There we go. Can't just leave them nowhere to throw their stuff away. There's stuff back here too. Maybe I should have bought some new vending machines, but also kept the old ones in the same place. I don't know. We'll throw a water fountain there. Nope, I did not attach that to the wall correctly. There we go. As we are required by the county. Okay. Let's get a couple of tour stands. So the ghost tour starts down here. Might want to move this. And it just wraps around the thing, and the average quality is pretty low, but hey, look at all the stuff we got. Okay, that seems good. And then we'll set up one of these things over here. Yeah, I think this is okay. There's plenty of room to path around this. It doesn't feel obstructive to me. Once again, we are not... Oh, hey, we've unlocked the large donation stands finally. Yeah, they just hold more money. It is nice to have them. Reduce the amount of time your security guards spend walking to get cash. Okay, and then tour platform. Let's say the tour for this one starts like over here. And we just walk around the thing. Oof. 86 buzz. It's a bad tour. I mean, the part of the problem is that obviously the stuff is just crummy. You are a preserved prehistory item. I don't really have a lot to combine you with. There's no helipad, so I can't send out. Yeah, that's tricky. So we'll never be able to get anything that this fits in with. So I think I'm going to put it over here with the with this stuff, but I'm not going to include it on the tour because it will damage our cohesion bonus. All right, so this is where it gets prehistorical. Put a dino head on the wall here because I saw that buzz bonus. So dino head near any fossil, near any prehistory decoration. Okay, y'all are easy like a Sunday morning. Maybe put down like a dragonfly here. Next to some big plants. Just kind of create the ambient vibes a little bit here. Then we can go for a wooden torch in the back corner. That'll give us, first of all, some nice like moody lighting, but secondly, something to do with that back corner. And then, you know, it's really easy to just like throw some footprint decals on there. Here's an intended path through the thing. Everybody loves a big dinosaur footprint. Just ask Dan Olson, creator of the Man Tracks documentary, which you can watch on YouTube right this moment for actually free. It's pretty interesting. I don't mean to sound like damning with faint praise. It's not one of my favorites, absolute favorites of his works, but it's good. It is good. Okay. And then we'll throw in some like hanging amber. That looks pretty cool. Okay, everything's at maximum decoration. All the buzz is boosted. The tour can occur. Over here, candle, catacomb wall, candle, any cursed object. I see. This is part of why these were built out the way they were built out before. Well, you know what? That's not that big of a bonus. I'm just going to ignore that one. So let's go ahead and... Y'all love these catacomb walls. Oh, well, that'll never do. There we go. Y'all understand. I can't be leaving gaps. I'm trying to look professional over here. Okay. And then we'll do, at the very least, also this wall. And that was enough, actually. Love to not spend any more money than we absolutely have to. Let's bring all of the man-eating plants up around here. People can find their own way to the, around them and into the other nearby exhibits. We will grab a nice info stand here. Obviously, we're going to need those donation buckets. Okay. Now, what do we actually set up with? Oh, right, I have to climate adjust some of the stuff over here, too. All right, you just want to be near an info stand. You want to be near donations. You want to be near any prehistory exhibit. Okay, so you know what? Actually, I'm going to pull this up. This gives us a good excuse to run this over here, and it'll help with the buzz bonuses on a couple of these. I do think the dino head is kind of one of the uglier decorations that we have access to. I don't use them very much for a reason. Okay, so prehistory exhibits. Okay, we're all good on specific buzz bonuses. What kind of climate? So you need it to be hot and humid. Oh, this isn't centered. Or rather, this is centered in the info stand. Isn't centered. That can cause me a great deal of trouble. This feels like a lot of warmth, quote unquote warmth. Would I be better off placing them like maybe here and here? Is everything happy with that? I guess y'all didn't need the adjustment. You guys are no longer feeling the humid climb. Yeah, well, since the hemoglobin plants don't actually need the mist, we can probably move these over. Okay, so that got everybody happy? Stink spores. Smells terrible when its health is low. Okay, good to know. Let's get some more botany-appropriate decorations over here. So we can, of course, just kind of like dot lots of little flowers around. I want to use the space behind the exhibits, where I shouldn't be allowed to generate decoration points, but I am. Just feels to me like if you can't see the decoration, it probably shouldn't add decoration value. I do feel like I'm getting away with something. All right, so lots of little flowers around here, and then we'll do a couple of larger pieces. We can put a nice vine column here and here as though they are holding the area up. We can present to all of you our very fancy vines and whatnot. We can do a little bit of the vine wall. Dine out necessarily interrupts the vine wall. Okay, I think we got a couple of things repaired there. Stupid dino head. Can't even move it over slightly. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so are we all... Yep, we're all looking pretty maxed out then. And that means, I think... Okay, you're not near a garden sign. You are near a botany exhibit. A garden sign decoration. Botany banner. I don't actually know what a garden sign is. Doesn't appear to be an early unlockable. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Let's grab one of the extra boards from down here. For you two. And then... Hey, big surprise. Okay. Set those up like that. That, I think, should help quite a bit. We'll set up a tour arbitrarily, sort of starting on this side. So out of curiosity... Okay, yes, this does count as a lack of cohesion. I was thinking, well, they're all botany stuff, right? But the subcategory matters. All right, this is a pretty solid tour. So now we've got our museum arranged. We've got tours in the places where I think the tours make sense. I guess this is a 5. This is a 5 exhibit collection. It's probably worth doing one here too. That's a ticket booth. Yeah, okay. Our average additional buzz. Let me throw another one of these just in case people are really wild about it. Okay, and then we currently have 7 experts. Look at our staff here. Man-eating plants, fossils. Wait, this is my exhibit list. I was like, hold on a second, these numbers don't make any sense. This is what I wanted. So yeah, our experts are all completely untrained and of enough types that we could get them to do okay tours. But let's start training some people. Right, yeah, plus 15% buzz is definitely worth the trouble. And there are 4 training desks here, actually. So let's have at least one person of each type who has been trained in tour guidelines. All right, I don't see that we're going to be needing the bandage box very much. All right. Oh, right. Specially trained assistants. Can I just hire one straight up? Yeah. You can get to marketing, and actually before I look at that anymore, let's also hire the other new applicant. You can just kind of do whatever, but I do want people to be able to work the marketing room while the other people are distracted or need sleep or whatever. So 10% to the museum guest arrival rate. I mean, I feel like we have a lot of creepy stuff here. So if we run an elaborate campaign, $10,000 for 90 days, let's see how it feels.
Point Radio. How's it going? This is Ricky Hawthorne talking out loud.
We should be able to pull in
Radio,
quite a lot of guests this way.
County. Of course, if the county was a sound, I'd like to think it'd sound like beautiful music. A bit like this.
Ah, okay, they're emerging from like a tunnel that runs up inside the rock, I guess.
All this stuff does not come cheap.
All right, trainings are occurring. We have professors in Come Tour with Me mode. Professors, I mean experts, you know what I mean. And I guess like what we really want here probably is to have everybody trained in tours, right? We just want to make sure that we get the one of each type up first so that they can be running tours while the others are training. Eoraptor, you also can train. You also can train. Okay. All right, we're luring many goths to the site. We're going to be able to throw a really sick techno dance party.
Attention. Botany exhibits are alive, but not as you know it.
Still watching us. Oh, right. We have botany exhibits that are going to need touch-ups because I'm throwing all of our botany people at other things. How urgent is it? Okay, it's not super urgent. We have somebody watering it.
Ongoing existence. Thank you.
It's making me a little nervous. I'm sure he's got it under control, right? You have survey skills, which is not actually relevant here. An eloquent fellow? Do I want to hire even another one? Yeah. Let's be sure, right? Keep the exhibits alive, please. Alright, janitors are doing maintenance. And as we have people finish their trainings, we can cycle in the new botany guys. Especially the one with the eloquence. Well, actually, I guess there's no reason I shouldn't just have them all doing this. And then I should have at least one more assistant who is good at working marketing. The question is, should that be a train or should that be a new hire? I guess it should be a train, right? Oh, never mind. I do have two who are able to do it. Okay, then we're good. We're earning money from tours. We're accumulating buzz quickly. We need a lot of it, but we're getting it. Ah, okay. So for each drawing board, we have bonus effectiveness on our campaigns. It's a small amount. We don't have a ton of money, but maybe I should, really trick this place out as best we can. Tried to put a drawing board in the bathroom next door. It's probably not totally ideal. Okay. So we got a buzz boost perk. We have a couple of perks now. These things, I believe, have the highest buzz. Y'all are... Hold on. Why are things not showing up at maximum? Did I not... I thought I decorated these areas all the way. Why don't you give me a nice one of those? These have a large area and a large effect, which makes them really good for fixing this sort of like sudden problem. Is the problem here mostly just that? Nope, I could have sworn that I saw, I saw all of the, I saw all of the decoration levels max out here, but I didn't make sure that I had all the buzz bonuses. You're near any cursed object. That thing is legitimately not something we can help. Okay, so, yeah, these plants are probably the first recipients of the buzz boosts. Increase exhibit buzz and guest visit duration. I wonder if it's the same boost. I hate that the one type doesn't have numbers on it. Here, we'll just throw some on those as well.
Skill can be like banging a square hole into your round head.
So we're getting
I'll never forget my old man
bonuses for doing that, but also obviously just the value of the thing itself matters a lot. All right, a prehistory marketing campaign has been called for. We can certainly run one of those. Up to 30% buzz to all prehistory things. I mean, if we were just doing it for whatever made the most sense to us, then probably the thing that would make the most sense is to focus on botany, since we get our highest buzz from botany items. But
my inability to know
Honestly,
what
maybe I
meant,
should have
he
just
snapped his
put this
pencil
stuff down
in
here.
half. And that was the day I understood fractions.
It does
so
feel
did
a little
most of
bit,
ever understood fractions.
feels like a little bit of a
It's
walk.
teachers like that who make learning come alive.
A buzz boost perk. Let's go ahead and take that over here. And then, like, do I want to... Here's a question. Do I want to install toilets more over here? I think this is something I'm going to do. Let me... move this stuff over here. And then we're going to create another bathroom. You know, just intent, keep people from needing to walk all the way back to that corner of the museum. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. We don't have the most money. I should be careful. But also, maybe I don't care that much. I care. I care a little bit. I care more than a little bit.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, the dinosaurs are real, but they're not anymore.
We should, in theory, be getting, you know, lots of donations and tickets, sales and stuff. Monthly profit down 10K. Okay. Staff wages. Yeah, I probably overdid it on the... It's not that. I probably overdid it on the botanists. I guess let's get rid of a bot. You know what, Isabel? Sluggish and family unfriendly. I'm afraid we're going to have to fire you. Also, sorry, there's a staff outfit button? Oh. Interesting. These don't have stats, or I didn't realize we could mess with the look. That's pretty sick, actually. And a shiny sticker from looking at that menu, I guess. All right. People seem to be having an okay time.
Your ticket does not support re-entry. I can offer to stamp your hand, but it does not mean a thing.
We really, really do not need to upgrade our bandage box. I wish it would stop telling me that. In fact, people can't get injured here, right? If our money goes negative, we got to remember that we could just sell the bandage box. But as things stand, I think we're well in position to hit our buzz limits in time, especially with all of the good stuff getting boosted. It does feel, though, like we need more exhibits in general. I definitely can't hire any more janitors. The janitors are going to have to get it under control. It is true that we don't really have anywhere to sit down. Oh, check it out.
Some of you don't know what
Bill Blizzard has been made into a vampire. The bathroom has underwhelming decoration. That's not ideal. Gosh, Dream Visit reached a total buzz of 3,500. That feels like a lot. Oh, some of our machinery needs maintenance, and it's gonna damage the condition of the plants. Well, they're working on it. Ruin tickets. Everything's going in the correct direction again. I think we're kind of under control.
botany exhibits are living things, but some of ours are right on the edge.
All right, so attract 5 tourist guests through marketing. Is our next marketing campaign step. What is the highest buzz stuff in this area? $42 buzz from here. Okay. Also, it looks like maybe we are just like really short janitorial staff. Oh, we absolutely are. We like really, really, really are. All right, please work on that. It will definitely help. Train a member of staff. Attract 15 guests through general museum campaigns. And then also specifically get some tourists in here. I don't know exactly what it is that tourists want. We only need to pull 5. So let me try just running the basic. Well, it doesn't change the length though. Yeah, you know what? Go hard. Let's spend big to benefit big.
Ship's silent secret is longer exposure to air for that unique.
Yeah, we need like a ton of janitors actually. This is a pretty bad janitor though. Let me
It'll inspire your taste buds.
let me
and
get
spare
this
you
new
your
applicant.
coworkers' grumbles.
Bernard Plunge decreases happiness of nearby colleagues. Well, whatever.
Just don't tell anyone.
I was wondering why it was taking so long for our perks to get installed, and now we know why.
Guests should close their mouths while feeling a bit.
Let's train somebody. So we can't really be training our janitors right now, which is a real shame because we do need people to, yeah, like we need people to gain mechanics. Just do all of this stuff 30% faster would be great, but I can't afford to employ any more of you.
Caring for plants is never easy, but we do make it look difficult.
Yep, so these plants are biting people, which is fun, I guess. All right, the janitors are repairing all this stuff slowly but surely. All right, after did the other machine get refilled too? No, of course not. Well, but after the critical repairs are done here, okay, it looks like we repaired as much as we could. You're going to restock the drink machine. I'm going to go throw mechanics on you. Both because we need a training for a bonus objective and because we are desperate for people to be able to do things quickly. And we do have the ability to train multiple people at a time, and I probably should. You can't run multiple campaigns at the same time, can you?
Belongs in the bin, not on the walls.
I don't think so. Okay. There are desperately hungry people in this area. One thing we can definitely do about that is throw some morsel men machines up here. Collect them all in your mouth. Here's a drink machine. We'll separate these out enough to provide some benches to sit on. A bench, and of course, a botanical themed bin to throw things away in. That increased the buzz of that plant. That's interesting. And then also drinking fountain, additional place to sit. Okay, your decoration level is not maxed out because I forgot to finish it because I was like, what the hell is a garden sign? But here, we'll just... This is kind of cool. Just like an archway to walk through to become introduced to the area. All right.
History expert to reception. We have a bone to pick with you.
It seems like we've caught up with the rate of repairs and everything. And I do think we're gonna hit our bronze. Oh no, okay, 30,000 was bronze. Sorry, it's not. What's over here on the left is what you're moving away from, not the current goal. Well, it looks like we're on track to hit silver then. A buzz boost and duration perk. Let's... What are we looking at over here in terms of total? 35 is pretty good. Alright, more buzz boosts. Just trying to hit the stuff that has the... Since all these boosts are percentage modifiers, trying to hit the stuff that has the highest raw values first, obviously. Wow, we really are getting a lot of stuff very quickly.
The museum is happy to welcome children. Personally, I'm not so keen.
Alright, we have enough janitors to get that stuff done, theoretically, now. Yep, we're scoring buzz boosts left and right, which is great. We're making lots and lots of money. The marketing campaigns do seem to be kicking ass. Like we are really pulling a lot of folks. Oh wow. Okay, let's throw a big donation bin in right here.
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio.
Seems like we're having
Now, a spot of
some
news.
problems.
It's been reported that Hogsport Town Council have turned down a sizable bid from Jumbo McNally for the Hogsport Lighthouse. McNally had hoped to install
Okay,
the lighthouse.
they want
in
us
a
to
new-
pull 10 child guests and also run a prehistory campaign. It feels to me like these things might happen at the same time. Increased chance of guests arriving with a favorite subcategory in prehistory. Some of those have got to be kids, right? Kids love dinosaurs. We hit our silver, and you know, honestly, we may be well on the way to gold.
Jumbo Museum for display to select patrons. Instead, the lighthouse remains in
Who
place.
moves
It will
fast?
continue functioning.
We need is a, nope, not Pam. All right, we're just gonna need a little bit of assistance on the security guard front. Just people got a Ernest Digestive. What a moniker. And then we're gonna have one of these cops. Move speed. Start training in aerodynamics immediately.
It's a move that Mr. McNally is calling
Okay.
unreasonable, unfair,
There we
and
go.
undiplomatic.
Holy hell! The donation bins, the new donation bins filled
Donation stands
instantly.
full of money.
Holy hell!
More.
I guess there were so many people who were like backed up on donation desire.
An exhibit needs restoring.
That's crazy.
Typical.
All right, this museum will be, yeah, things will be under control here in no time, I'm sure. A lot of goths have their perfect exhibit is turned into a vampire, right? So some of the people who are turning into vampires should be like super happy about it. Yeah, check that out. Shh. Sick of seeing the same exhibit. Okay, so there we go. That's... What are you guys doing?
Boss of the
Are you
exhibits
harassing the tour guide, or...
their ongoing
There's a lot of weird arm flapping going on over here, and I'm not sure why. Alright, you guys have decent decent raw... Okay. Decent raw buzz output. It looks like we are just barely going to miss gold, and I think that's fine. Yeah, got ourselves some some rewards, some stuff. Okay. Total guests attracted through marketing, 17. Maybe not such a great day for the marketing campaign. I have no idea how much like randomness is involved in that. Like, you know, obviously there's a lot of like chance to boost this, chance to boost that. It feels to me like if the numbers are what we were told they were, you might be able to do that exact, like you might be able to reproduce those clicks exactly and maybe hit 80K, because we really were close. Whatever, as far as I know, it doesn't super matter what we got, just that we completed in the medals. So obviously that's going to be this is going to be us out of time here. That's going to be it for museum stuff for today. When you come back next time, we have 2 new museums that we have to open and get to 1 star each. And this is always an exciting part, sort of like, you know, digging out your initial floor plan and figuring out what exactly it is that this museum focuses on. So come back next time for that, perhaps times 2, and we'll see you then.